I'm Harry George Johns, and today we're going to be making a really simple, beautiful, zingy chicken noodle dish. You're going to need some chicken thighs, preferably deboned, flattened out like how you get them in the supermarket. Some chopped peppers, whatever colour, bit of chopped onion, handful at the most, fresh noodles, Tabasco sauce, and apple cider vinegar. So the key to getting the chicken aspects of this dish right is to do a little marinade. Now marinades can be scary, and for a multitude of reasons, like usually it means there's a shitload of fucking things in a bowl, and also sometimes it means you've got to put something in a bowl with all those things somewhere for 5 million hours. For me, just a really quick chicken marinade using Tabasco sauce. Hour in the fridge, get home from work, Tabasco sauce, chicken, fridge, hour later, take it out. For me, that's all it needs. Okay, so a little word in your ear hole. For me, chicken thighs over chicken breasts any fucking day of the week. Cuts of chicken to cook and get a lot of flavor out of. They take flavor really well. Breasts are for people who really like going to the gym. That's not what this show is about. So thighs, supermarket, whatever, come home, couple of chicken thighs. There we go, boneless sound. Big squirt of Tabasco. I'm using the new Tabasco Sriracha. I don't think it's out yet. Shout out to Waffy for bringing that over. But yeah, for my money, it's actually fucking good, you know? So big squirt of Tabasco. Now, if you want to lengthen it, so Tabasco sauce, hot sauce in general is pretty expensive, so I'm not about that. So a decent squirt of Tabasco, and then some chopped peppers, a little squirt of apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is really important in this recipe at 2 points. This is the first one. So a little splash. What that's going to do is just, when you blitz it up, bring it all together and make it a bit more of a manageable paste. So look, again, really quick and easy, smash. Down. As usual, the whole point of this Let's Get It with Harry George Johns is to make things that are tasty and quick and easy and don't involve fanning about. So as I said, that just lengthens your Tabasco. Like, hot sauce is expensive, Tabasco is great and expensive a bit. If you're gonna serve 4, 5, 6 people, then bashing a bit of apple cider vinegar and some chopped peppers through it's going to lengthen the whole thing. That's great. Give that a smush. Probably should have some gloves on, but who's got gloves on at home? Medium-high heat, bit of oil in your pan. Now, I've had this marinating an hour. That's my little blue pizza moment, wasn't it? It doesn't look like it, so that's just like raw thighs with, you know, a bit of Tabasco sauce, run through it, sound. What you've got to make sure of that's really important at this point is that, like, most of the time when you get boneless thighs in the shop, they're sort of like, if you're not deboning them yourself, they come out flat like this, which is good, because if you're gonna fry chicken, you don't want it to be too thick, or it's just, all the nicest bit's gonna be perfect, and then you're gonna have to take a bite and it's gonna be raw in the middle. So get it as flat as possible. You're putting it on medium-high just to try and get like a bit of a crisp going. Then we're gonna flip it, and then we're going to lower the temperature and do the rest of the dish. Everything should come together and be ready. There's hardly any seasoning involved here because putting my tongue in Tabasco's arsehole, but like the citrus, the salt, all that shit's already in the marinade. Plus you've got this peppery, apple cidery thing if you're lengthening it, which only creates more flavor. So that's why I'm not like a steak caning it with loads of salt and pepper, because you don't really need to. Plus there is a degree of healthiness to this dish, considering we're frying something, you know. So you can start to see it cooking. You just have to keep an eye on it, basically. The hardest thing about this recipe is just keep an eye on your chicken. You don't want to eat. I had food poisoning not too long ago, and it was totally my own doing. I overcrowded an oven. Didn't look at my timer, got a little bit ill, and it's kind of, it's not like I'm never gonna eat fucking chicken again, but it is, if you fuck it up, you can get ill. So it's worth just keeping an eye on it, flipping it, making sure it gets an even cook. It would be easier to stick the chicken in the oven and forget about it for 20 minutes, but then it's not what we're doing here. We're trying to get flavor. This is fun. This is junk food. This is easy. This is just doing it whilst the music's on, you chatting. Like, let's do some cooking, you know? I'm going to throw in some more of those chopped peppers we were talking about earlier, and also just a little bit of white onion. I'm not gonna talk about fresh noodles versus dry noodles because I say I'm not going to every episode and then I half do and I never get my point across. Fresh noodles, that's like the thematic thing about this whole series. Noodle dishes that are fun and easy, you make with your friends, you can make them hungover, you can make them drunk. In hot water, and then you just leave that there for a minute or whatever, just, you know, don't worry about it basically. Now this has been cooking about 5 minutes now. You can feel the chicken starts to get a bit tough in the thickest part, that's what you got to look out for. That is what you want. That fucking shit is exactly what you want. And because I'm fucking awesome, that's what they all look like. I guess maybe it's worth saying that the trick of this dish is to put those onions and peppers in halfway through, because if you put them in too early, they overcook and get crispy and dry and a bit shit. And if you put them in too late, this is going to be like salad, and I'm definitely not about salads. So we're just going to pick our chicken out. Hello. I know that at least a little bit of this is going to be undercooked, so we've got that char. It's started to take on the flavour, so now we're just going to chop it up roughly. Because we're using thighs, you can chop it up, it's not going to lose any flavour. So then, high heat, right at the end. Boosh. Right, so you got your char, that develops over a large surface area, so don't chop your thigh up until right at the end, where you just want to make sure it's cooked and not die. You know what I mean? We really are approaching the end of the dish now. A little squirt of apple cider vinegar. It's really a good way of adding flavour to a dish without necessarily using heaps of oil. Like there's not too much like fat in this. You know, I usually use loads of like olive oil and like flavoured garlic oils and loads of fats and stuff to build some flavour. But here, the Tabasco with the chicken, bit of apple cider vinegar and some peppers and onions, like that should really do the trick, you know? Right, noodles, drain them, they're sound. A little bit of extra hot sauce because it's just me. So fucking simple. You don't need loads of herbs and spices for this one. It's pretty health conscious. All of the taste comes from things that already exist, that have done the hard work for you. I made that in real time, apart from the hour marination, which is important. I made that in 15 minutes. And it's delicious, it looks great, tastes great. Tabasco's the one. You've been watching Let's Get It with Harry George Johns, making fucking Tabasco chicken, raining outside, but it's warm in my heart. Aww.